Purnamaste. Purnamaste. Here I am, relaxing, resting, taking care of myself. As I told you, you have to take care of myself. Not myself, but yourself. You have to love yourself. I do less than usually, but I do great work. For I love myself and I love what I do. And I actually am a master teacher, just as every spiritual master and Buddha was teaching you to love yourself, how to love yourself. For I'm a master of loving myself. And when I was 18 years old, I got awakened and I realized that I don't love myself, that I hate myself, that I blame myself, that I'm afraid of myself, that others can control me a little bit, make me question myself a little bit. And I realized that I don't love myself. And I went to India and I spent years and years in meditation. And then I returned here to Slovenia and I spent again years and years in meditation, only loving myself and healing my mind, healing myself. And in loving myself, I realized that I am you and that there's no other truth but love yourself because you are love. And then I realized the love that I am, and in love that I am, I realized that I am you. So I don't want people to tell me that they love me, because in this world they don't know what love is. How can they love me if I see that they don't love themselves, that they are going against themselves, that they are going against how they feel, that they are doing what they don't love, what doesn't feel right, and their ego is blaming them for who they are, and they are attached and controlled and a little bit dependent. So I rather teach as love that I am in example, so that others can also be love that they are. I don't know the love that you are. I can only be love that I am, crazy as that I am. And that's why I am crazy as that I am. I am truthful and sincere. I don't even care to pretend and people please. I'm so different. I'm so unique. I'm allergic to the mind. And I don't pretend that I'm not allergic to the mind, because mind is blaming you for who you are, love. And I have to stop the mind to you realize that you are not your mind, and you realize in being yourself, love, that you are. And I love myself. Really, I can only say one sentence and I can end this video, but I will not. You know me. I can say you really love yourself when you really care how you feel and you never mind. You care how you feel. You never go against yourself because of any benefit, because of your ego blaming you that you are not good enough. It's not loving yourself. You are not going against yourself, doing for others and putting up with their energy and your personal energy what doesn't feel right to you. You love yourself when you really do what you feel and you say no to everything. What you feel is not you. You are not going against yourself anymore. Just see. If you have people in your life that oppose you, violate you, correct you, change you, control you, do to you whatever doesn't feel right to you, and you say no to them and they don't stop, and you don't remove yourself from such environment, you don't remove yourself from such people, I am very terribly sorry, but you don't love yourself. You allow others, not to love you, to do to you what doesn't feel right to you. You are love, and what feels right to you in your energy is you, love. And what doesn't feel right to you is not you. And if you are putting up with it, doing it for others, you don't love yourself. You actually hate yourself. You blame yourself that you are not good enough. So that's why I'm crazy as that I am. Because you will suffer in anxiety, putting up with what others do and doing for them what I want, and you will suffer in it for them because you don't love yourself. You don't say no to them. You blame yourself that you are not good enough. You blame yourself. You don't love yourself. And then you do for them what doesn't feel right to you. And then on the end, you blame them, you hate them, you resent them because you are always going against yourself. You are always suffering in separation from yourself. You're always going against yourself when you are doing this. Can't you see this? You really love yourself when you care how you feel. I'm very different. To deal with minds on Facebook, in comments, and if I would have to I feel and experience everything what others give me their mind so I can teach. I see where they are unconscious of and what are the causes of their suffering in their mind. You know, if I would put up with it, I would always suffer in what doesn't feel right to me. I will always be anxious. I would not love myself. When you love yourself, you care how you feel and you love yourself as you love others. You would never do in their energy what doesn't feel right to them. If you would, and they would say that you are doing something what doesn't feel right to them, you yourself would immediately stop because you love yourself and you care how you feel. You don't want others to do to you what doesn't feel right to you. So you love yourself and you love others. You don't want to do others what doesn't feel right to them. So you immediately stop with no resistance because you don't want others to do to you what it doesn't feel right to you. You love yourself and you love yourself as you love others. You say no to everything what is not you. And that's why I love myself and I love myself as I love you. And I'm allergic to the mind that you are not. And mind always knows, always want to be in control in what you know in the mind. And then I get downloaded all the lectures and everything. It's good to have a little bit of that because I get enough inspiration from the mind. I would not be myself. I would pretend that I'm somebody else, that I'm not good enough. My ego would blame myself, so I would put up with minds of others because I have to be like others on Facebook. But no, I'm not like others. I'm like Lao Tzu. I'm like Alan Watts. I'm teaching you. I'm stopping your mind so the mind stops. And when mind stops and mind is shocked, because I'm truthful and sincere, crazy as that I am, you can realize you are not your mind and truth can be revealed. In your being the truth, I'm speaking to your soul. You know, when you love yourself, you stop people pleasing and pretending. You stop people pleasing and pretending. Like you are expressing your truth and somebody say, this is not like this, I think this is like this. And you may say, oh, but maybe you are right. Oh, yes, yes, yes. You don't love yourself. You don't love yourself. You start questioning yourself. You start blaming yourself that you are not good enough. And they are correcting you, changing you, opposing you. They think that it is different as it is your truth. And you don't love yourself. They shake you. You give your power away. You actually people please and pretend you are nice to them. You're pretending that what I do and what I want from you, whatever it is, you love it. But you are not being truthful and sincere to yourself. You don't love yourself. You suffer in what they are doing, and you suffer in doing for them what you suffer in. You don't love yourself. You blame yourself that you are not good enough. So people pleasing and pretending is a sign that ego blames you, that you have to be good enough, that you have to be positive, and now you are negative, suffering in what doesn't feel right to you. You don't express yourself. You people please and pretend. You don't love yourself. You are not like I am. I love myself. I say, listen, I give you peace. I never come on your Facebook page. I'm a spiritual master, free of your suffering, guilt, fear, attachments, control, your mind, opposition, violation, trying to change others. And I'm a spiritual master. I don't come on your page to tell you what I think that is right because I don't think I am the true that I am. You don't do to me what I don't do to you. The word that I am, the classroom of the word that I am is gift for you, sweetheart. So you better respect the gift that I am, or I don't know what you're doing here. You came for something. I'm only teaching in my class. And you lose whatever you came for. It's a gift for you, not a privilege. I tell them I love myself. I stand in my truth. I see that they want to change me. They want to correct me. They want to be my authority. Their mind want to be right, but they are suffering in the mind that knows and corrects and opposes and changes, resists. I have to stop their mind, and I love myself. They cannot stop you. When you love yourself, you are expressing your truth always. And no one can stop you from expressing your truth because you fucking love yourself. If you don't express yourself, what you love, what your truth is, you don't love yourself. You hide yourself. You're pretending like you are others. You're people pleasing and pretending. You're pretending like you are the others. Your ego blaming you for who you are. And you really care for your truth. Like my truth is that I'm a Zen master to give you my words, speak to your soul, and you have to allow the silence of the mind. Mine always want to know, I always want to control, know better. Mine always want to analyze and judge. Mine always want to be in control. I'm here for you to realize that you are not your mind, that you are love, and mind is always thinking it is you, blaming you for who you are, controlling, resisting, changing others. And I just have to stop the mind. And I'm myself, crazy as that I am, like no other. I'm allergic to the mind and I'm more sensitive. And I'm completely different. I love myself. So, what I do, I don't even try to people please and pretend. I don't even try to question myself. I am as I feel, as cats are, and children, and that's why you love them because we are love. I love myself. And I'm not trying to be somebody else for others because I really love myself. You know, I really care how I feel and nothing else. That's love. You don't blame yourself for who you are, you love yourself. And look, I love myself. I could maybe have many likes and I could maybe receive more of the money. I don't know, because I'm maintained in mysterious ways, in being myself, in being the love that I am, and never going against myself. But you see, for benefit, there were people that were giving me money, and they were doing things to me and wanting things from me that do not feel right, and even disrespecting me for €100 per month. I removed them. I love myself. I will not sell my soul. I will not teach you to remove everyone who doesn't respect you and doesn't love you and is only doing to you what doesn't feel right. And then I would keep somebody that he's giving me money but he's disrespecting me. I love myself. I love you. It would disrespect you and disrespect myself. I lost that people who were giving me money and giving me problems, what I never give to them. Because I love myself. I really love myself. For money, this is like selling your soul, going against yourself, suffering in what doesn't feel right, even others disrespecting you, abusing you emotionally. But you have benefit in what I give you, so you allow it. You don't love yourself. You're selling your soul out of greed. When I really started to love myself, I had to leave my job completely. I was only working 2 years. But when you love yourself, you cannot go against yourself anymore for benefit. That you get that money. Because you love yourself. You know you're selling your soul. And you know what had happened? Ever since, I could have so many likes. And when I had 200 likes, I didn't get donations. Very little. Less likes I had, more donations I get. I get. Because sincere seekers who see a master would now give. But before were just people liking on Facebook because they can do whatever they want. And I'm only sincere seeker of enlightenment that want to realize that they are not their mind and get free of their problem and really gets assistance. Their mind is their problem that doesn't love them and blames them for who they are. And really gets the answer within. They maybe give. And they give for the assistance they receive from the word that I am. And regardless the tests, like in the first lockdown, the test was so heavy, and in the winter before, I was thinking I will not have food. But I didn't stop. I was teaching about trust, about abundance, about never giving up, and I never gave up. I love myself, and I do what I love. And that's how you love yourself. This is who I am. I love myself. I'm being myself. I do what I love, and crazy as that I am. I didn't start to people please and pretend so people would be able to tell me everything what they want in comments, so maybe I will get money from them. No, I remained crazy as that I am, but I was not lamenting that I have great problems in life. In first lockdown and in the winter before, it was so heavy. I owed money for bills even. But I was stubborn. I never stopped. And in doing what I love, teaching what I love, and teaching the truth and being the truth and never stopping and never following fear and my mind afraid that I will lose everything. In mysterious way, I'm maintained till now, and all bills got paid. Until now, not one day that I didn't have food. So in this way, I feel and I know that if you love yourself, you are really doing what you love. You're no more selling your soul. And I love myself so much that even when I was tested that everything I will lose, that I went on, I was teaching about abundance and trust, and in mysterious way everything worked out. The bills got paid. I always had, always, food and wheat. How this possible? I'm not rich like some people flexing on Facebook. I live simple life. I have warm apartment. I have forest outside. I have warm clothes. I have abundance of food, and I love food most because I love myself. I love what I eat, and I want to eat best food, so I invest in food. And I love to smoke weed. It's nothing else I have, only attachment I have in this world. And I'm a simple guy. I have small apartment, very cheap, very cozy. I don't go around to spend money and like this, but I have everything. What I need in abundance, I'm maintained in mysterious ways. Because I love myself, I never go against myself. And even when I was tested, you will lose everything. Ego blaming you for who you are. Don't be yourself. Don't do what you love. I did what I love. I given you my word. And in mysterious ways, I'm maintained till now. Because I really, 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 really love myself. And I'm teaching you to love yourself. You know. And this is who I am. If I would pretend I have to be good like others, I have to put up with what everyone putting up on Facebook. I love myself. Listen, I stop doing everything what doesn't feel right to me. And I'm so sensitive. I experience minds of others, problems they are unconscious of. And I'm allergic to social media. I literally feel anxious when I'm writing a comment. In Messenger, I better not to message me because you will think he's crazy. What he's written all this now when I only said hi. Don't. Because social media, I suffered in anxiety most and doesn't feel right to me. Right to me feels when I speak and when somebody is eye to eye with me, they feel me, they see my smile, they feel my energy, and we can work. And I can speak like fluently like now. And if I have to type comment on a phone, I go crazy because I want to give you such long lecture as I'm giving now. I just came to terms. This is who I am. It doesn't feel right to me. And I'm here to teach on Facebook. I love to write. I love to make videos. But I hate Facebook. I hate social media. I hate this 2D communication. It feels off. Feel anxiety. It doesn't feel right to me. It really doesn't feel right to me. And if I would put up with it and pretend that I love it, I would suffer in anxiety. I would blame myself that I'm good enough, not that I would have to be like others. I would suffer. I would not love myself. So you see, I really love myself. This is who I am. And you have to love yourself like this. This doesn't feel right to you. It's not you. And even if it's right for the entire world, like everybody is projecting the mind in comments and having problems in comments of others. But I don't do this to others. I love myself. So no one can do to me what I do to no one. Because I love myself. Why would somebody can do to me what I do to no one? And I would not love myself. Suffer in anxiety. In being somebody else. In being who I'm not. Love yourself when you know how you feel. You're completely different than others. But I'm a Zen master. I'm here to teach others that they are not a mind and they have to realize they are not a mind And that's why mine doesn't feel right to me. And I'm here to speak and maybe do psychological session in life, eye to eye. This is who I am. This is what I enjoy. And you love yourself when you do what feels right to you. You are like me now. You are relaxing. You are in the flow. You are in alignment with yourself. But if I go do messenger, if I do comments, immediately I am feeling anxious and I'm feeling out of balance. I don't love myself. I feel separation from myself, and that's why I have to tell you, please. The answer is revealed only in the silence of the mind. If you allow the silence of the mind, you may realize that you are not your mind that wants to control the world that I am with what you know in the mind. You get free of that, and truth can be revealed in your being. I give you peace of my mind. Give me peace of my mind. If you're different like others, now you know I'm different like others, like Jesus Christ was and Lao Tzu and Buddha. It's okay because others are all normal and suffering in the mind, and I'm free of their suffering. And mind that they're projecting, it's their suffering that I'm free of, and I have to stop it so they get free of that suffering, so that suffering stops. I actually love them. I don't want them to do to me what I don't do to them. I don't want them to love me. They will get bad karma. So you see. And like the other day when lady said you smoke too much weed. I love myself like Alan Watts. He was smoking cigars and whiskey drinking. He was free of their judgment. They're judging him, blaming him, accusing him. He was not judging, accusing, blaming no one. He was drinking his whiskey and cigars. He was free of control, resistance, attachments, guilt, fear, free of his mind blaming me, free of controlling, changing others, judging, accusing others. He was free of blemish. What the fuck? He only drank for himself. He was free of birth and death. They were blaming him for drinking, him judging him for drinking. But he will not get born again. He was drinking even more so they can judge more. But they are judging and accusing a master like Buddha and Jesus free of their suffering. And they are unconscious that they are acting like a devil, judge others because what they think is very wrong and everyone is a demon who drinks and smokes. And they are again born. If they die judging others, accusing others, they will be born and accused and judged again. He was free of their suffering. Forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. And that's why when that lady said you're smoking too much weed, forgive her. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. I don't judge anyone. I don't attack anyone. I don't tell to you you are bad because you do that. I don't come. Even though I hate meat. I cannot stand meat. If you are putting a meat picture of meat in my comments, I will go crazy. I'll destroy you. But I would never ever come and tell you that you are a bad person because you eat meat. Because Alan Watts loved meat. I just don't want you to bring meat in my energy. Speak about meat in my energy. Do what you want. I will never come to tell you. Although in my truth is the best. You are free of judgment, free of guilt, free of fear, free of panic, free of many things. And you ascend so much faster because this density is keeping you down. And only masters like Alan Watts, who are really such great masters, they could be an example to show you that they can do whatever the fuck they want and they are masters free of your suffering. I see majority of people have to stop meat and they will start loving themselves and stop creating karma that they create. But I will never come and school you, even if I see. because you are doing this, you're full of panic, full of fear, full of opposition, or I would see that you are controlling, opposing, forcing others, blaming others, even if you don't eat meat. I would not come and school you as long as you bring your mind in my comments. I love myself. I love you. Because I know if I come to school you, you are doing what you love, you're expressing yourself. I'm opposing you, correcting you, changing you, trying to be your authority, making you blame yourself that you are not good enough. And she actually wanted to take my power away. You see, telling me that I'm not loved, that I'm a bad person, but she's full of judgment, full of accusation. And I spoke about meat because first post I saw uh, meat on her table, very juicy meat. You see, and problems with her husband, with her child that's smoking weed, using drugs. And I'm a master, like tantric masters have no attachments, no control, no resistance, judging no one, commanding no one, blaming no one. We only smoke weed. What the problem? We are free of your judgment, accusation, control, resistance, force, attachments, and karma your mind creates. And she comes judging me that I'm a bad person because I smoke weed. And I smoke weed for myself and I'm free of this world, free of birth and death like Alan Watts. Forgive her, she doesn't know what she's doing. Shh. I'm free of all her darkness, the shadow. She's acting like a sociopath, trying to tell others how they are bad because she's good and everybody who's doing what she thinks is bad is good. Is bad because she's good. I love myself. I love that I smoke weed. And even one lady, she was like, no weed, but seed. I told you, shut up. You need weed. I love weed. Who are you now here to defend yourself here? Like respectingly answering to her, and she's judging me, accusing me, blaming me, telling me that I'm bad for smoke weed. You told to other one, you also go smoke some weed. You need some weed. What you say? No weed. I love weed. And to the others, I said, I never judge you. I never control you. I never accuse you. I'm free of your judgment, accusation, blaming others. I'm free of your attachments, of your karma. I'm free of your suffering, your darkness that you suffer in when you are sleeping at night, that you cannot sleep. You don't know what you do to yourself. You're judging me for something, and I'm and probably born free of your suffering. And I love weed. I love weed. I'll smoke weed. I love myself. You can judge me as the most bad man and the bad things I do, but I see you're judging others. You're judging others according to what you judge in your mind as good and bad. You're controlling, accusing others. I will show you I have no guilt. I have no blemish. I have no fear. And I smoke weed till the last day of my life. I love you, Mary Jane. She never complains. She never judges. And I'll never be born again. And you judge me for smoking weed. You will be born and judged in that judgment. You know what you're doing to yourself. You're pointing three fingers at yourself. You think that somebody smokes weed and is bad, and everyone is bad, but you're doing so many things unconsciously, creating so much bad karma, and you don't even see it. I love what I do, and you cannot blame me. You cannot blame no one that has no guilt. I love myself. I own the love that I am. You see, and you don't love yourself. They come and judge you and accuse you, and you're like defending yourself, answering to them, even changing yourself, questioning yourself. Your ego blaming you that you are not good enough. You're afraid to be yourself. You give your power away. I tell them, I give you peace. I'm free of your suffering. You will not control me and be my authority. You are not your mind. I put you in your place. I'm free of your suffering. I smoke weed till the last day of my life. Judging, blaming you, creating suffering. I was born free. You'll be born in that suffering 10 times worse. Let me smoke a weed and block you. I love you, Mary Jane. She never complains. You really love yourself. You own what you love. And she's a goddess. And if they blame you, you show them that you love what you do and you have no guilt. And you even do it more. You love yourself. You really care how you feel. You see. Because how would you love yourself when you have people who do not love you in your life? They are always telling you are not good enough, you have to change. They are telling you you will not succeed. They are telling you that snap out of it, stop being spiritual, stop working on your dreams, stop working on yourself. The first day when you fail, when you give up, they will tell you, you see, I told you, I told you. You see, you should listen to me. Come on, let us go suffer in the matrix now. Go suffer with me because I don't love myself and I cannot follow you in loving myself. So you come and suffer with me. You see, when you have people who love you in your life, who care how you feel, and you have to say no to them. What you're doing in my energy doesn't feel right to them, to you. Then you see if they care how you feel, they love you, they care how you feel, they don't want you to feel bad so that they could be happy and make you unhappy. They want to make you happy. People love you for who you are, for what you're doing, what you love to do. Even like my mother, she was not spiritual, but she knew spirituality is my life and she was supporting me and blessing me and thinking, what is he doing? Is he crazy? But he loves what he's doing. So I bless him. People who love you and care how you feel, even when you will fail. You know what happened? Even if they don't agree and do what you do, they will tell you, don't you know who you are? What you're doing? What is with you? You forgot who you are. Do what you love, be yourself. Like when I had my dark night of the soul, when I came from India, and my mother came home. And my mother, she's just, she was working in shop manager in a shop, in a busy shop, working, drinking coffee, going around, living like everyone, living in the matrix, stressed, work, going around, running around. She didn't really care for anything spiritual. And you know, her husband brought a lot of beer. I just took some beer and I was there sitting and drinking. I never really drink. It's sometimes when there is beer somewhere, I drink one, and that time was always also same. But I felt so much in darkness that I took 3 beers. I was drinking there in my room, and my mother said, "What is with you, huh? Last year when you came from India, you were shining, your vibration so high." I was looking, what? Your aura beautiful. What? And now you are like in darkness, like in a shadow. What are you doing? My grandmother was happy that I'm drinking beer and acting like others. But my mother was like, what you doing with this beer? This is not you. Okay, I know sometimes you drink one beer with us in the evening, yeah. Yeah, you want to get drunk. What is with you? You're not shining like you did. You forgot who you are. Go meditate. Go in forest, she said. Do what you love. Read that book. Mama, I don't read books. I listen to lectures. And you should listen to that lecture. But your husband has to watch football. No, no, you listen to that lecture. He will. He's on vacation. He don't need to watch football. No, I'll go meditation, Mama, in forest. You give this beer to your husband. Let him watch football and drink beer. Good. You see, even because they love you love yourself. Now you have people really who care how you feel, because you say no to everyone. Like, whoever doesn't respect how I feel, when I offer it, when they are in my energy and there is resistance in me, and I say, what you're doing doesn't feel right to me. If they are resisting, forcing, if they don't care how I feel, they lose the word that I am, they lose me. Because I see they don't love me. When you love yourself, when you say no to people what doesn't feel right to you, what they want and what they're doing, if they cannot take your no for the answer, you lose them. And then you have only people who love you for who you are, care how you feel, and like my mother, they sent me to forest to go meditate to be myself because I was not being myself. You love yourself and you will have people who love you for who you are in your life. You will do what you love, what you feel, and you will never go against yourself in what doesn't feel right to you. I love myself, and that's why I give you my word. So you can love yourself only for that. But there's only love that you are. And when you love yourself, you realize that I am you, and then you love others, and all days long I teach that you are love. I give you my word just for that. Now don't give me your mind, you are not your mind. And I suffer under your mind, I suffer on Facebook. It's like, I mean, not really, but projecting the mind, then I feel anxious. But I want to give you my word to realize that you are not your mind, that you are love that I am. And I give you my word just for that. And if anybody feels like you want to offer a donation, like you want to offer a support to the word that I am, do know that you are so welcome, and I'm so grateful for every single cent. Without your donation, there would not be art of the word that I'm flowing like this because I'm doing this for you. You are love that I am. I speak to your soul so you realize that you are not your mind. And I'm so grateful for donation. Like I said, I will not live on Facebook. You know, I love myself. I will not do messenger and guide you in hand and like this, or deal with comments, tell you how it is. And I want to give you, for your donation, you given me the energy that I require. And you really love the word that I am. I want to give you my best energy. I will do quantum white light source healing, distance healing on you. And you know, quantum white light source healing, very powerful if healer is powerful. You don't need appointment, you don't need to stand still. So you have my word that I do it. And I see in PayPal only your email address. Don't worry, I connect with your energy and I give you my word. I always keep my word. I do healing on you in a span of 2 days. Sometimes it happened 3 days, but first day, second day, always. You just trust. I give you my word. I will do profound healing session for every single donation. But you may say, I have to tell you something. What are my problems? No, because then I will not perform best healing energy work on you. For me to perform best healing energy work on you, I have to focus on your being free of all afflictions, you know. That's the way how I do. And you utilize my healing energy the best yourself. If you love yourself, you care how you feel, you heal yourself, you save yourself. But if you don't love yourself, you're going against yourself. out of guilt, out of fear, out of attachments, out of benefit, greed, whatever it is. No one can heal you, no one can save you. But I still give you my word that I do healing on you. Maybe you feel better for one day. When you love yourself, you keep the word that you are always. Because if I would not keep the word that I am, you would not trust me anymore. You would not rely on me. I would lose integrity. And I love myself, so I keep the word that I am. And I'm competent to do what I say that I'm to do. In this way, I love myself in keeping the word that I am, not going against myself. For I'm you. If I give you my word, I do healing on you. But you save yourself, you heal yourself. For every single donation. Others, I don't do healing on you. But if I see you give me a donation, I do healing on you. I give you my word. But you heal yourself, you save yourself. Do it yourself by loving yourself. If you don't love yourself, you go against yourself. No one can heal you. You must heal yourself by doing and being as you feel and never mind. Love yourself. Poor namaste. I give you my